Hey guys, it's Magic here. You may be able to hear my son Declan in the background making some noises. He is in the room with me. Baby, so can't really be too far away from him. Alright, so what I want to talk about today is that we need to love ourselves. There's just nothing that you should be ashamed of that would make you stop loving yourself. There's nothing about you that is not worth loving. You are awesome. You don't, maybe you haven't reached your dreams, maybe you're not like everyone else, but you are uniquely you, and as long as you're moving forward in the direction that you want to go, then you are amazing. You're fighting a hard battle, and you can do it. You are strong and courageous, and you will make it through this. I know that it's hard around this time of year to not feel bad or guilty about something or another. Holidays are always hard on everybody. It's hard to love yourself during this season. A lot of us have trouble loving ourselves because of what we think other people think about us or what they actually think about us, which, those other people's opinions can weigh us down, hold us back. We need to let them go and just stop worrying about them. Because in the end, what really matters is how we feel about ourselves. And as long as we know we're awesome, who cares what they think? Have confidence in yourself. Love yourself. And forget what they think about you. No matter how well you did today or how far off track you are today, just remember that you did your best with what you had. That's all any of us can do, is do the best with what we have today. And do the best that we can today. Be the best version of ourselves that we can be today. Prepare ourselves for tomorrow, what may come, so we can be prepared to be the best version of ourselves that we can be in that moment. And even if you fail here and there, next moment or next situation, you can always try again, and there's always tomorrow. Just keep trying. Self-growth is a journey. It can take years. I've just started this past year trying to grow and focus on myself, and it's been hard. It's been 15 months, and I can tell you, I don't feel like I've made very much progress, but other people around me seem to see it, but we all are our own biggest critics, so I probably don't notice it because, we tend to judge ourselves a lot, and the way I see it is I haven't made very much progress, probably because I haven't reached where I want to be yet. But that doesn't mean that I haven't made progress or that I'm not going to. It just means I'm not where I wish I was, but that doesn't mean I stopped trying. I'm still going to keep trying. Because otherwise, what was the point in these past 15 months? One of the things that I think I struggle with the most is needing other people to validate me or tell me that I'm doing good or that in some way, because sometimes I don't feel like I am unless somebody else tells me I am. But honestly, the only person who needs to know or needs to feel like I'm doing good or that I am good is me. I don't really need other people to do it, but I feel like I do. Which is something that I'm working on to get past, to be more assured in myself. We shouldn't do things just to be acknowledged by others, because that defeats the purpose of doing it. If you do a good deed and you broadcast it to everyone, then all you're looking for is the praise of doing the thing. You're not actually doing the thing because you want to or because it's the right thing to do. You're doing it so you can get validated by other people, which is not the point. Do it for yourself because you want to. Or if you have children even, do it so that they can see you do it. So they know you can do whatever you set your mind to. All we can ever do is our best. Everything that we do becomes a part of us as a memory of some sort or some type of experience that causes us to behave differently in the future. And every experience that we have, every situation that we put ourselves into, every choice that we make comes with us into our next choice, our next situation, our next relationship. So do what makes you happy, not what other people expect of you or what will make them happy. Because they may or may not be here a few years down the road. You don't know. They could walk out of your life And then what was the point in doing all those things that made you miserable just so they could be happy? We need to follow our own dreams and expectations of ourselves, not the ones that other people set for us. One of my problems is that I do feel like I'm a disappointment to some members of my family because, I want to be a creator rather than, have a long lasting career, although I am working towards one that I would be very passionate about as well. But right now, my main focus is just trying to provide for my children and still fuel my creative outlets. But in the end, I can't let someone else control my emotions or what I'm going to do in my life, which is why as much as I'm providing for my children, I'm also working towards becoming more of a creator. I'm working towards getting something published so I can be an author like I want. I always question if I'm doing something wrong or if I should be doing something else because I feel like everyone else disagrees with my dream for my life. They think it's wrong because it's not their dream. But just because it's not their dream or what they would do doesn't make it wrong for me. And that's something that I'm coming to realize is that I need to do what I feel is right for me, not what everyone else feels is right for them or for me because they don't know. They don't live my life. I know I'm doing the best that I can. And it isn't important what anyone else thinks, as long as me and my boys are taken care of and happy. One thing I'm struggling with is that there's some members of my family that make me feel bad about myself, and I'm trying to learn to let go of those relationships, or at least distance myself from them, or limit the amount of time I have with those people, which is hard for me because I don't like feeling like I'm being mean or hurting anybody's feelings. But it's something I'm going to have to do if I'm going to grow, as get out of the toxicity of those relationships. Which, another problem that I have is that a lot of the time I have a hard time finding the beauty in the situation in which I'm in. But, everything's perception. Everything's how we perceive it. Everyone perceives things differently. So we need to live in the moment and find peace, beauty, and something to be grateful for in the moment that we are currently in. And staying in toxic relationships and believing what other people think about you just because they think it and therefore it must be true is very toxic. And all it does is cause us to feel shame and stop loving ourselves and move away from our authenticity because we don't believe that we're worthy anymore. And we need to step away from toxicity, step away from all that, and find our inner peace, find our inner world, and move towards being who we could be, who we want to be, rather than letting other people's opinions hold us back by causing us shame or guilt. Just because you've done something that was wrong or you made a bad choice doesn't mean that you're bad. It doesn't mean that you're wrong. It doesn't mean that you're not good enough or unworthy. It just means that you made a bad choice. You made a mistake. Congratulations. You're human. So, but that doesn't make you bad. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone makes bad choices. Sometimes those choices hurt people. And but that's in the past. You can choose right now to be different. You can choose right now to move forward and be better. Don't let past hurts or other people's opinions about something that you did in the past affect how you see yourself now. Because you've come so far now that you can't let that hold you back. You can't let the past keep dragging you back down to that level. You need to grow and get past that. Problem is that we tend to get stuck in feeling like, well, I did this thing, so I'll never be better. No one will ever see me as a good person because I did this or that. Or I'll never be who I want to be simply because I made this past mistake. And that's not true. We talk negative to ourselves and we become toxic to ourselves when we believe that. Part of it is because by pursuing something greater, by moving past it, we are moving into unfamiliar territory. We're growing. as a person, and that can be scary because we're used to where we're at. We're used to the fear. We're used to feeling this way. So we don't want to move forward because that would take us out of our comfort zone. But we need to move out of the comfort zone if we are ever to get better. If we are ever to move past this thing that has occurred to us or something that we did, or if we are ever to become our greatest version, we need to move past it. We need to get out of this mindset of this is just how things are, this is how things are always going to be. And remember, you don't have to take everything on all at once. You don't need to make all the big decisions now. You don't need to change right this minute. Like I said, I've been doing it for 15 months and I'm nowhere near where I was hoping I'd be. Handle one thing at a time. Take one step at a time, one breath at a time, one moment at a time. You're worthy as you are, so have confidence in yourself. Know you're amazing. Know that your own awesomeness. Don't give too much weight to the negativity of the world because that's all it's going to throw at you when you start to get better. That's all that's going to happen is once you start to get better or grow, you're going to find yourself have a lot of haters. And, that's fine. If people didn't hate, then you're probably not doing something right. So don't let that distract you from what is truly important. Don't let that bring you back down to a lesser version of yourself or a lower platform because you don't want to continue into your life and have all those regrets because you let somebody else hold you back. All it's going to do is rob you of your own energy and time, and it's not worth it. When you get yourself consumed by this negativity, you won't have control over your life anymore. One of my big problems is that I do, in fact, suffer from anxiety, and I have some PTSD issues. And so that tends to cause people to look for danger, and I notice I do that a lot. Like, in everything I do, everywhere I'm at, I'm always looking for some type of danger. I always feel like I'm in trouble. So that's one of the reasons why I'm in counseling. I'm trying to move past that, trying to stop repressing things and be able to cope with it so I can get better and maybe get past that aspect of the problem. I feel like it'll always return at some point, maybe randomly. Like lately, I've been having a lot of death anxiety for no reason. But, I feel like it's just, so much has changed. And I feel like my anxiety is just taking on that form because there's so many things for me to be anxious about that it just doesn't really pinpoint anything. So it just sets in like that. So, this is Christmas season. Tomorrow's Christmas. So, this season it's about being with your family and peace and love and forgiveness. So, as long as they're not toxic, be with your family. Love them. And if you feel like there's a way to salvage the relationship, then do so. Forgive them. Move forward. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you're weak. Forgiveness doesn't mean that they get away with it. Forgiveness isn't about the other person getting away with something or even to make them feel better. Forgiveness is about you. It frees you from their hold on your life because when you don't forgive someone, you're holding on to anger and resentment, and that's consuming your energy, your emotional energy, your time. And if you're angry and bitter and hateful towards someone because something they did, that's taking up thoughts. It's taking up your time and energy, not theirs. They don't care. You're letting them win. By forgiving them, you're releasing that. And then if it's not a relationship that's worth salvaging, or it's not something that you just decide that you need to distance yourself from them, and you forgave them, then they have no more hold in your life. But if you remove them from your life, but you're still holding on to it, they still have power over you. Forgiveness lets that go. And if the relationship is worth salvaging, then you have to forgive them to move on. So don't let someone else control your emotions or your life because of something that they did. Forgive them and move on. Don't let them win like that. Another struggle that I'm facing this time of year is feeling like I'm a failure because I have 2 kids and I'm a single mom. But, there's lots of single moms out there who are great. They're rocking it. And you know what? So am I. And yeah, my children may not have a dad, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that I love them and they're happy and they're taken care of and provided for. And they are. So that's all that matters. So, and I'm going to show them that they can be whoever they want to be, that they can be unique and be proud of themselves, and that they can achieve anything that they set their minds to. A lot of people have problems thinking that their past is... So if everybody knew about their past, if you just knew this or you just knew that, then you wouldn't like me because of X, Y, and Z. And I struggle with that too. But you know what? If somebody does know and they do judge you and they decide they don't want to be your friend because something that happened in the past, then you don't need that negativity in your life. So let them go. Find someone who will be there ride or die for you, because those are the true friends. The ones that just don't care what happened in the past. Those are the people you need in your life. A lot of the people who suffer from abuse are usually feel like it's their fault, and it's not. Trust me, it's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything to deserve it. Abuse is abuse. It's a power thing, not because of something you did. Don't let anyone make you feel like it's your fault. The future's bright. You just need to keep trying, keep moving forward. You're not insignificant. You're important. You are worthy. Don't let other people make you feel shame. Don't keep people in your life who are angry and bitter and toxic and make you feel guilty or shameful for who you are. Don't keep them in your life. Why would you do that to yourself? Let them go. Just let them go. And stop wishing that things are different, because wishing will never make it true. Talk about your guilt that you have. Talk with it to a good friend, a family member, a preacher, counselor. Doesn't matter. Just get it out before it becomes shame. If you feel bad about something, let somebody know. Talk it out. Get it out of your system. Nothing gets better if you just leave it alone. Nothing gets better if you do nothing. You have to take the steps to get better. You have to take the steps to grow. You have to take the steps to move forward, or you won't. Choose to love yourself. Choose to love yourself. Choose to love others. Don't let hate consume you. Don't let depression consume you. Together we can do this. I wish y'all a Merry Christmas. Go out and spread the love, guys.